Good morning, teacher and classmates. Today we will present to our shareholders the main results of our management in the Omega Company during the years 2020 to 2024. The members of our teams are Lorena Carrascal, Ariana Fernández, Ruth Robles, Jeanpier Torres, and me, Jhordan Peña. Next.
Production capacity estimate. The estimation of the production capacity was carried out in 5 years and based on our 3 factories, Japan, Mexico, and India, of the products of personal technology, little electrodomestic, and home domotics. In Japan, personal technology and little electrodomestics, there is no significant variation because we have reached the maximum capacity. On the other hand, home domotics will have an increase of 10% each year with respect to its capacity. In Mexico, for personal technology, little electrodomestic, and home domotics, an annual increase of 2% was considered due to the fact that it is a new factory. Next, please.
Analysis of organizational capabilities for the decisions. As decisions were made, each capacity was assigned a different value as appropriate for our mega company. For example, when new markets were opened, was assigned more value for communication as commercialization systems. Next, please.
Historical prices analysis. For the analysis of historical prices, the periods from 2020 to 24 have been considered and the prices are as follows. Regarding our prices as a strategy, we have considered establishing them according to our markets and the best-selling product within them. Thus, we have managed to increase our sales. Next, please.
Units produced for 5 years, and at this point we observe how much production was made by the Omega Company for the period 2020 and 2024. In addition, observe that as in the production capacity, the units produced go from low to high. Next, please.
Market share. It is intended to increase market share in all our markets below. The following values are shown for the markets of Japan, USA, European Union, China, India, and Europe, not European Union. Our market share has been increasing in some markets such as Japan, China, and India. However, in a different scenario, we find the US and Canada and the European Union signs there was a decrease of 1% in both. Next, please.
Okay, in factory occupancy rate. Meanwhile, in 2021, the factory occupancy rate almost increased in all lines in both makes. Therefore, it's necessary to continue increase to decrease production cost. The desired projection is slow below. In 2022, the factory occupancy rate increased in 2 lines that we highlight for this decision, such as only one and high technology, but even to the computation, but bit as the scripts that they implement to sell more their lines for production. By 2023, it was occupied with a high percentage in all products line, Not less, we had a lot of stock in our inventory, which caused significant losses, getting to the last as a company against our competition. Finally, in 2024, we decided don't sell our only one product line quantity because last period we had a big loss for the products line. Next slide.
Omega promotion. The promotional budget allocated in proportional to the market's interest in each decision was 20% for Japan and USA. Considering the market of the main one's interest silence and income per capita in those countries, the junior is 16%, India 14%, China 14%, and Europa no Unión Europea 16%. In addition, in the first and second decision, the same proportion budget was used. In the 30 and 4 decision, it was increased by internet more markets. Next, please. In balances sheet of Omega situation, the investment decision made by Omega was the purchase of 2 factories, and the financier was allowed there considering only 50% finances, since the rest can of the current asset held in the cash. In this way, we sold to obtain higher profits, lower costs and expenses by acquiring these factories and countering high sales. Next, please.
Budget gaps analysis. Revenues and sales in 2021 were under our goals because we didn't sell well in the USA due to strong competition on prices. Next, please. Next. Yeah. Revenues and sales in 2022 exceeded our goals because of the opening of a new factory in Mexico that produced at 80% of its total capacity, which increased sales in the USA. Next, please. In 2023, sales targets in China and India were not achieved despite opening a new factory in India. Also, we couldn't achieve our gross margin goals. Next, please. Finally, actual revenue and units sold in 2024 exceeded our goals. The units produced did not reach what was planned. This was because production at small appliances was stopped at the Mexico factory. The factory in India decreased its occupancy to 40%. Next, please.
Indicators of budget earnings. In the graph of real income versus budget, it can be seen that in early years, lives or income increase tends to each decision made. Next, please.
Costs. We can see that year after year, there is an increase with respect to the real cost of our company. And this was due to the fact that when opening new factories, there were higher production costs. Next, please.
In total expense, as we can, there is big variation with respect to the total expense that our company provides. This was since we went to more mix and there were higher expense. However, the difference with respect to the first years and the last is what's a lot. Next.
Gross margin in the graph that our gross margin has increased compared to the last 2 years. It could be maintained for each decision made. Next, please.
Net profit. We can see that there is a minimal variation with respect to our real net profit in the last 3 years. And this was due to the management of our inventory signs. We had a high percentage. Next, please.
The analysis of ratios. The most effective ratio was return on assets due to two factors. In the first place, the net profit did not grow much. Second, total assets grew too high and there was a large excess of inventories. Next, please.
The analysis of strategic object. It is observed that one of the deficiencies in the brand value of the company Omega that was reducing its brand value because the budget that was assigned for promotional and innovate was not adequate for the customer segment of the each market. Next, please.
Okay, our conclusion, it is concluded that with the total occupation of the factory, the expect was not reached due to the fact the products were left in the warehouse, having carried out a scrape to eliminate to the product of Technoperso and Electroperso for the last year, and it has not yet been sold what had been done to move the company forward. And recommendation, it is recommended to achieve a better result if in the estimation of total expense of the company to create a straight line and face with determination and their necessary change. It is important to have a reference to evaluate the action and review the result. Thank you, everyone.